Scratch all that. I'm going to do it again. Hi everybody, I'm OrD, that's OrD. You can find me on the Twitters at OrD_SC2. Today we have for you a Collegiate Starleague playoff game. It's a best of 7 between Northern Arizona University's Lumberjacks and California State University Polytechnic School, Pomona. Please forgive me if I just call them Pomona. That's kind of a mouthful. Looks like we're in the game, so I'm gonna switch on in myself. In the lower left-hand corner of Tal'Darim Altar, the latter edition, it is our pink Zerg, Keevan. He hails from Northern Arizona University's Lumberjacks. In the upper right-hand corner of our map, we have in the gold a Protoss player from Pomona Broncos. It is BlackLotus. So we got a PVZ. And right now we're going to wonder if it's Hatch first, if it's Nexus first. No, it's not actually. Just going to go ahead and pylon on 9 and scout. Probably still a pretty normal Forge fast expand, but you might even be so safe as to go Forge first. We shall see. Now let me just double check. Yeah, everything's more or less good, I think. Hopefully we are indeed live. There was a reset required a moment ago on my end. There we go. And just slide this up a little bit. Gonna go over here and slide that up to there. We don't want to cover the mini map because that's annoying. Oops. Alright, there we go. And then Collegiate Starleague has to be shrunk down quite a bit. We don't want that in everybody's view. Alrighty. Cool. We're going to call that good for the overlay for the day. Apologies. First game always kind of requires a bit like that. Now we're into the game, and we see that Keevan has scouted out that it was indeed a Forge first expand. There's a probe here that may be doing something interesting. Yeah, if you hear me mute, it's just because I'm coughing to die a little bit. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm alive. The drone for Keevan is coming on back home. Meanwhile, we got the probe for BlackLotus hanging out at the Zelnaga on the far end. Northern Arizona University kind of walked over their last two opponents. Going 4-0 against both of them, and I think they're coming into this game this matchup really confident. They're starting out this time with Keevan, who normally has been, I think, their third player that they've shown. Keevan going to set up his third base, and apparently the latter edition doesn't have the rocks anymore. It's always confusing whether or not it does. This is the LE version. It was approved by both sides, so we're pushing forward with it. Gateway resolves, and what's our next choice? BlackLotus. It is a cyber core. Alright, so pretty normal. Assimilator number 1 just finishing up. Not saturated just yet. There we go. It is saturated at the same time as the one to the north. So, really standard stuff. A lot of chrono being used thus far on probe production. Well, there is going to be a little bit saved up perhaps for the warp gate research. And here we go. The probe pokes in and finds out that yes, indeedy, that third base is down pretty nice and comfortably for Keevan. He hasn't quite saturated with drones yet. Let's look at the units tab. He's got only 4 Zerglings out of the map, so that's kind of cool. Guys, if you're looking for something to do during the downtime today, there is a show match going on twitch.tv/BaseTradeTV. That's the organization that I cast with, and they were lucky enough to get one of the poker strategy games. We got some Zealot going to find itself a Zergling, and the Zergling is gonna... Oh, it's gonna turn around. Oh, no, Zergling. First death of the game. Well, so Keevan loses. No. That would be a terrible thing indeed if the whole rest of the game hinged on the very, very first kill like that. It can be a little something, but Zell's doing a great job denying some of the map vision of Keevan, who actually has not really spread out his overlords quite as much as he might other times, and he does have some Zerglings finally out on the map. They're hunting themselves a Zealot. This guy's just going to be going back and forth, and oh, misses the Zerglings, who decide to stay back home. Let's go into the base now and see that those gateways are cooling down for BlackLotus, but he's also following up with a rowboat. What does he produce first? Hopefully an observer. But we'll see. I'm going to stay here with you. BlackLotus. Waiting on. Yeah, does it. Does it. Observer. And the Zealot. It gets surrounded. Look at the micro. Keevan managing to keep his... Oh, loses another Zergling. And almost another beyond that. So now he's just going to continue to control the entire map right now. If you want to look at the vision for him, he sees all. Knows all. Meanwhile, BlackLotus looks like a Terran. Really does. Just hiding back home. Oh, and I can't see anything at all. Get supply blocks for just a moment, but we'll be out of that pretty soon. The observer's heading out, but the Zerglings get in to double check whether or not the third base is down. That's a lot of sentries, though, and that's good timing for Keevan. He's going to probably know what's headed his way, but no, actually, it's just kind of a fake. And this Zergling, though, if he was looking at it at that same moment, might have seen. Oh, alright. Good job with the Overlord positioning. Thank you, Mr. Strikers. I appreciate that. And the Observer finally arrives to see. What does it see? A fully saturated expansion. And we're going to follow it. As it sees more drones being produced, we have +1 attack almost done. There's a Spire out. Yep, there's fighting in the middle of the map. But what's important right now is that this Observer sees no Spire! And then the Observer Queen combo is just enough to kill it, but it doesn't matter because it accomplished everything that it needed to. It knows that a Spire is down, some photon cannons going down. As I really do like this. When Protoss does this on this map. It's a fantastic idea. It really cuts down on the opportunity for Zergling run-bys. And he goes ahead and completes it completely. And you know what? One more photon cannon. Doesn't actually have to have it. A lot of chrono being stored up at this point, as he hasn't added on, he being BlackLotus, hasn't added on more gateways back in his main, but he does have all of these coming out. That's going to be 5 more, bringing him up to 9 on 3 base, really 2.5 because he hasn't saturated that yet. However, it's major macro time as more assimilators and another expansion are going down for Keevan, who's up by about 20 supply, pretty common for this point in the map, but we have Zerglings moving forward, looking for an aggressive way to pull perhaps Stalkers and Sentries over to the expansion area. The Photon Cannons, nice control by Keevan, pulls back. But the real main focus is these Mutalisks coming in right now, already getting some probe kills. Actually, not as many as I may have thought. Some Sentries come down, some Stalkers get warped in up top, but oh, good choice there. Loses 1 Mutalisk for 1 Sentry. I'm going to call it good. Also forces a Guardian Shield to pop, get rid of that energy. Lots of Zerglings hanging out, not really sure what to do. Some Stalkers reposition themselves as the Twilight Council finishes up. Oh, the Zerglings! Oh, they could get a surround on the Immortal, but they decide not to. They go instead into the mineral line, get a couple probe kills. I think their lives are forfeit, though, at this point. They're not getting out of here. They're going to maybe kill a couple pylons. Ooh, no Cancel going down. A Photon Cannon, rather. Cancel goes down that second one. Now the Immortal trying to pretend to be surrounded. Lots of Warpins and Zealots. And, yeah, the Zerglings focusing the Nexus there was a bit silly. But they did force a lot of missed mining time. And what do we have down here? Mutalisks killing up some stuff. So right now, Keevan is winning the harass war so well while he sets up yet another base in the lower portion of the map. He's got to be feeling good. He's feeling good. He's only got +1 on his attack. The Glaive Worm, though, that really is an intelligent upgrade when you're going mass with Mutalisks. But he's only following up with 8 more and a lot of Zerglings along with that Baneling nest. Mutalists try to poke back in there. Actually do get a Stalker. Nicely done by Keevan. Blink, finally, as if BlackLotus says, I hate Blink, but I'll get it, because you're annoying. And these Mutalists, I think, are just going to fly right past the photon cannons. Should be okay. Take maybe 1 hit. There we go. Oh, take 2, but they do get into the backside. Oh, where they're going? Into the main? Nope, they're staying at the 3rd here. They're going to focus down the photon cannons first. I actually like this decision. Oh, but then they have to pull back. Ooh, some Mutalists randomly rallied. A little bit uncomfortably. Oh, a little bit of a fat finger on the Guardian Shield there for BlackLotus twice, as a matter of fact. And we got some Spore Crawlers coming down while some Zerglings... oh, there's no sentry! Nice warp in by BlackLotus, but not quite enough. Zerglings are going to get into the main. They're streaming around inside. Look at them go. There are some photon cannons and some stalkers there that were prepared for the Mutalists, but this is pulling the army back. While at the 3rd base, the Mutalists are going to town, and GG comes out of BlackLotus. Keevan with that harass, 150 out of 200 supply was just all over the place. BlackLotus going up to 3 bases and couldn't get out of his base. So, congratulations to Northern Arizona University on going up by 1 game in this best of 7.